Hair is leaning to the side. It's the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Good morning. I know it's super early and I don't know if anybody's up, but if you're joining, watching, let me know where you're watching from, what city and state that you're in, so I can say hey to you. I'm going to go ahead and lay my edges. Today is going to be a very busy day. I got one kid off on the bus, another kid dressed and ready for school, which is school starts. It's like a Mother's Day out, so he'll start school in a little bit. And I wanted to do a little get ready with me before I take the other one to school and then come back and finish. If you're joining, hi, my name is Fumi Ford, wife, mom, content creator, Nigerian born, but based in Birmingham, Alabama. I do content like fashion, beauty, travel, and as well as entrepreneurship. So if you're joining, let me know. If you're watching after the fact, let me know where you're watching from, what city and state that you're in. And then let me know your favorite skincare product because that is what this live is about. It's about skincare. I don't have anything on my face right now. I took a shower. Hi, lovely. Good morning from London, or good afternoon. I think it's afternoon. If you're joining, comment. Let me know where you're watching from, what city and state or country that you're in. And then comment your favorite skincare product. I don't have anything on my skin right now, but we're going to go ahead and prep and do skincare after I lay my edges down. How is everybody's week going so far? It's a beautiful Tuesday. Hi, Bulgaria. Um, hello. Hi, Caleb. Oh, thank you. You guys are like the sweetest people ever on this Amazon. I was about to say Amazon Live, but um, on YouTube Live. I like doing lives because y'all are just so kind. Um, my voice is a little bit gone. I'm also a little bit tired. So we're laying the edges down and then we're going to get to skincare. If you are watching, let me know your favorite skincare. I always tell people great makeup begins with great skin. You can, do everything that you want. You can buy the best makeup. You can buy $50 foundations, $40 foundations, $30 foundations. But if your skin isn't great, if you're not taking care of your skin, it's just like you can put all the wigs you want. But if you're not taking care of your skin, you're wasting money. So make sure underneath all of that makeup that you are hydrating your skin, that you're using products that are just good for your skin, that you're moisturizing, that you're adding all the goodness back into your skin so that your skin can look great with or without makeup. So let's go ahead and get started. We don't have any makeup on now. We've laid the edges. Thank you. Oh, thank you guys so much. Okay, Dr. Sahara. Don't know. I am black. Thank you. That's so sweet. I'm very black actually. I was born in Lagos, Nigeria. So if you really think about it, I'm the blackest of the blackest. Y'all, you don't understand. As a Nigerian, there's no way that you can actually hurt my feelings. There's no way. But thank you for pointing out the obvious. We're going to start out everything that I'm talking about, y'all. I have tagged down below. This is the facial essence. When it comes to layering your skincare, you want to start off with the essences and the toners first. Well, you want to start off with clean skin. So wash your skin and then use Neutrogena makeup wipes or any makeup wipes to get the extra stuff off your skin. So I made sure to wash my face and then I used my facial wipe to wipe my face even more. I also use this First Aid Beauty facial pad, and it's like a brightening pad that you can use after you wash your face. It's absolutely amazing. Sometimes when I travel and I can't take a lot of things with me, I'll usually take these facial pads and then this L'Oreal Bright Reveal. I've linked all of this down below. Yes, these actually work. You'll see how my skin goes from this to when I'm done with my skincare. So hyaluronic acid, and some words that I just cannot pronounce. Root. And it's this beautiful, like creamy color. Now you can use a cotton pad, but I just like to use my hands when I do all of this. So we're going to put it on, How often do you do your face? I try to do skincare every single day. Um, Now, I may not do full skincare every single day, but I try to do, um, the essentials every single day. So under eye cream, lotion, and then of course, sunscreen every single day. At night, I have a nighttime routine. Um, I'm not sure if you answered my question because the connection went out. Can you ask your question again? Now that we've used the toner, so you're going to start off when you're layering your skincare, wash your face, wipe it down, use your essences and your toners. This is the It Cosmetics Under Eye Cream. You guys, again, everything that I'm talking about, I'm linking down below. Um, and we'll just go a little underneath our eyes to kind of get the little baggies. I'm a mom of two, and I just have natural bags underneath my eyes. I always have. My son has natural bags underneath his eyes. I'm sure there's like a cosmetic surgery you could do, but who has that kind of time? I like to bring the product on top of my eyes as well. Um, so cute cheeks, thank you. I'm not using products to not be black. Y'all are like in these comments doing the most. And the thing is, if we were on TikTok, I'd be going bananas. But this is a new app, and I'm a nice girl, so I'm gonna let you keep going. Plus, I don't have a moderator this morning. So this is the It Cosmetics Under Eye Cream. I love this because I can actually tell that it's helping reduce the bags underneath my eyes. This is probably one of my favorite ones to use. Now that we've done that, the next thing I like to use is there we go, Polish Choice Discoloration Repair Serum. So if you have hyperpigmentation, if you're a person of color, you probably have hyperpigmentation. Happy birthday, Eva. You probably have hyperpigmentation. Um, yeah, T, I'm going to make you a moderator if you don't mind. And if you can just, there we go. There you go, girl. You're a moderator. Just block them. If you are a person of color, you pretty much have hyperpigmentation somewhere on your body, on your face. Usually, like it's around underneath your eyes. Some people have it on the sides. I have it a little bit around my mouth. So I like to use a discoloration serum sparingly, just around my mouth. Topicals also makes a really great discoloration serum. Um, but I think for topicals you use it like spot because it's a high dosage compared to this one. So you can put it on and let it sit for like 2 minutes before you do the rest of your skincare. It fades the look of brown and gray patches. Um, you can use it 3 times a day, and then you can, it says limit use to 3 times per week, and then you can increase to every single day or whatever as your skin just gets used to it. I use it maybe once a week. So the discoloration, it just helps. I've noticed a difference since I started using the Polish Choice like discoloration serum. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and put some vitamin C. The reason why I love vitamin C is it helps brighten your face. And I'm not saying brighten like we're not brightening, okay? We're not coloring our face. We love being dark. We love being dark. But it helps bring like a glow. When I say bright, that's what I mean. It helps gives a glow to your face. So if you started out in this video in the beginning, you can literally see how dull my skin was. And as I start using the products, it's just getting like it's allowing more light. The light is reflecting and bouncing, which gives that glow. So this is the Paula's Choice Vitamin C Serum. Absolutely amazing. Now, these products are a little bit on the pricier side, but they are definitely worth it. In my book, they're definitely worth it. With all of your skincare and your makeup, bring it down to your neck because your face, even some, bring the rest down to your chest because this is all a part of your face. When somebody's looking at you, they're looking at your neck, forehead, all of that, and sometimes even your chest. So make sure you bring it all down. So look at that. Already feeling amazing. We use our vitamin C. The next product is this double serum. Now, y'all, if you don't get anything else, all you really ever need is this Clarins double serum. It has vitamin C. It has hydric and liptic for your hydric and liptic systems. It's complete anti-aging. It is absolutely an amazing product. So if you don't buy anything else, this is like all the products in one, really, except for like the discoloration. I do a couple of pumps and look at the like before. This thing will literally have you glowing. Now, if you have oily skin, I would suggest you do your skincare at night so you can go to sleep with all of the juices. I actually read somewhere it said that your like the products absorb better at night than even at day. So if you have oily skin and you don't want to put all these products on because it's oily, it's going to make you do it at night. Do it at night. And then you can let it sit there in the morning. You can wash your face again and then do like a smaller skincare that's a little less like shiny, glowy, glowy, shiny. So do you guys see the difference now in like how glowy my skin is since I use the skincare? I started the skincare prep. I also love, hi, welcome. I also love using lip oils. And I actually have there we go. That's the lip oil. This lip oil is also from Clarins. I did not tag it down below, but definitely check it out. Just a really great lip oil to add moisture, especially in the morning. This is a black color, but it does not show up. You see, it shows up just normal. So I have this one, and I also have another color. I think it's pink. It's so hydrating. It makes your lips feel so great, and it's not sticky at all. So it's a really great lip oil before you start your makeup. So I do this skincare prep before I start my makeup, and the makeup will start. I'm gonna let this sit in and just kind of soak in before I start the makeup. And again, every product that you have that's extra, just bring it down to your chest area because your body needs the moisture too. Give it moisture, please. All right, we're going to start our makeup prep. Let me just settle because we know makeup is a lot. I wanted to do a skincare. I didn't tag any of the makeup products that I use because this is not a makeup live. This was really a skincare live, and I wanted to talk about how important it is to take care of your skin underneath all of that makeup. Makeup can be dry and makeup can have products in it that aren't the best for our skin. I try to do makeup once a week. I don't wear makeup every day because I want my skin to be able to breathe. I want my pores to be open. I want them or to be closed, whatever product I'm using on it. I want to be able to go out and feel great about my skin. And then when I put makeup on, feel even a little bit better about my skin. But beautiful skin starts with amazing makeup. So I am from Lagos, Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria. I'm half I'm 75% Nigerian and the 25% Ghanaian. My mom is mixed Nigerian Ghanaian, and I am a product of that. So I'm planning a traditional wedding in December, which is so fun but so stressful. I was on the phone all last night trying to get our clothes for the Ashwabi done. We're going to do both the Nigerian and Ghanaian portion. Thank you. We just finished skincare. That's why it looks so great. We literally just finished skincare. So we are going to prep the skin with the liquid poreless primer. And then we're going to put a little bit of moisturizer on. I don't know why I prepped the skin before moisturizer, but I'm going a little bit out of things. So this is the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Moisturizer. This is linked down as well, so you can buy it. This is one of the best moisturizers ever. It's amazing. It's not too oily. Um, and it's absolutely perfection. So once we finish, the last product that we're going to use, no, that fell. The last product that we're going to use in our skincare is going to be our sunscreen. The sunscreen goes last after everything. If you have oily skin, look for sunscreen that is not too oily. If you have dry skin, the Super Goop Unseen Sunscreen is going to be perfect for you. So, do you see that? The issue with a lot of times when you're a person of color, sunscreen can leave a white cast because I think it's the magnesium they put in it or mercury. Don't ask me, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. This one is perfection. It leaves no white cast, no white residue, and we're going to put it all over our face and even on our forehead, eyelids, everywhere. We want sunscreen everywhere. We want to protect our skin. If you have hyperpigmentation, which means that your body produces more pigment in certain areas on your face, you're going to love sunscreen. Please use sunscreen. It's going to help with that hyperpigmentation. Yes, we're about to do makeup rose. I didn't link any of the makeup because I've done makeup lives before. You can go back and watch that and see the products that I'm using. I really, really wanted to use do a skincare because I do makeup, and people are always like, oh, your makeup is so nice. It's laying so well. It looks, the reason is because I do good skincare prep. Makeup looks better when your skin is well taken care of and moisturized. And I'm not saying if you don't have acne, if you don't have pores, we all have acne, we all have pores, we all have discoloration, but the makeup will lay better when you take care of your skin. You can have issues with your skin and still have hydrated, beautiful skin, even with some of the imperfections. That's life. Everybody's going to have issues with their skin. Some days my skin does really well. Some days my skin is like, girl, we're going to show up and we're going to pop out on you. We're going to embarrass you. So yeah, we're going to do a Q&A while I do my makeup. So if you have any questions, I'm going to do half my makeup on here. I did film a makeup tutorial that will go out on the channel. Oh, thank you. Have a blessed day, you too, babes. I hope you're having a good day at work. What are you guys up to? Comment. Let me know what you're doing. Are you at work? Do you work from home? How are you watching this in the middle of the day? Not middle of the day. It's like 7:46. And if anybody's in the hurricane area, please know that I'm praying for you. I live in Alabama, so I'm not that far from Florida. And I have a lot of friends and family in Florida. So I'm definitely praying for everybody that's like in that path. Please be safe. Watch the news. Make sure you're keeping up with everything that's happening and taking care of yourself and your family. Um, okay. So this is the NYX Brow Gel. I like to get my brows looking real nice. Brouch. I was painting all night and then took a break. Oh, that's amazing. You're a painter. That's so good. That's a skill set like God never gave me. I'm very artistic, but I could not paint you a person. I could not paint you a stick figure to save your life. Um, and I can't dance. So those two arts went past my head. It's 1 p.m. here where I am. Oh, Rose, perfect. Where do you live? In Orlando, near Florida. Okay, I'm praying for you if you're in Florida. Definitely take care of yourself. Um, so, you guys, we can do questions about content creation. If you're watching this after the fact, definitely put your comments and questions down below because I'm definitely willing to answer it. We can talk about content creation. We can talk about life. We can talk about family. We can talk about relationships, friendships, whatever you want to talk about. Just give me or like trending topics, no politics, but trending topics, and we'll definitely talk about that. But just make sure that you're registered to vote. All that stuff doesn't work for my skin. I'm sorry, Rose. You just have to find products that work really well for you and then give it a try. I would definitely say come up with a nighttime routine and try out products during your nighttime routine when you know you're going to put it on, go to sleep, and see how it works on your skin when you wake up. Um, but, don't try it in the daytime. Try it at night. I love a good nighttime routine. It just makes life so much easier. You go to sleep, you wake up, you have glowy skin. And I'll do a nighttime routine live one day at night so we can kind of see what my nighttime routine looks like. I really need to go get more of this Fenty Beauty because it's all gone and I'm over here just trying to squeeze every bit of it out. So for the eyebrows, I actually never really talk about the makeup while I'm doing it. For the eyebrows, I just kind of brush them up so they have some sort of shape. I have really thick eyebrows, so I don't have to worry about using an eyebrow pencil. They just kind of do that. Also, tinting your eyebrows works really well. I haven't tinted mine in a while. Actually, tomorrow I go get them done. And then we clean up around it with concealer. So you want to clean around your eyebrows with concealer to make them stand out and make the shape even more pronounced. You see the difference? Once I use the concealer to kind of cut them out, they just look more defined. Your eyebrows. Where can I buy this stuff? If you go watch my other videos, I link them all down below and you can buy it. Most of these products are at Sephora. That is where I get all my makeup from, but also Walmart sells it. One in life, 1 week, you believe one thing, the next something completely different. Never let the world stop you from being your full self. Okay, good. How do you keep going motivation when it comes to content creation? Okay, my neck has a different, my my face neck has a different shade from the rest of my body. What can I do? I think getting great products that deal with hyperpigmentation is going to be your best bet, as well as using like things like black soap, discoloration bars, not bleaching bars. We're not talking about bleaching bars, discoloration bars that kind of help deal with the hyperpigmentation. Also, going to see a dermatologist, save the money and go see a dermatologist because they'll be able to prescribe prescription grade lotions and things that will help you with discoloration, especially if it's around somewhere like your neck where it's so visible. Go see a dermatologist. That is their job. That's what they go to school for. Okay, perfect. We have cut out the brows. Do you guys see how amazing the brows are when you take time and like cut around it and conceal around it? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. They are, I'm trying to get the glue to like stick so they don't move. So now that that's done, we're going to work with our eyes. I like to do my eyes first so this is a makeup masterclass while we answer questions. I like to do my eyes first before I go do my foundation, everything else, because if anything drops from my eyes, it's easier to clean it off when you don't have makeup on. When you have makeup on, then you're like, oh my God, I got to be careful. I don't want to start with your eyes. Hold on, y'all. Let me grab my E. Okay, somebody asked, how do you deal with motivation when it comes to content creation journey? One thing I will tell you is one of the biggest deterrences to people continuing in this content creation game is comparison. Comparison. Comparison is the biggest thief of joy. Now, comes. Comparison comes to all of us. We all get to a place where, let's say you started out content creating with somebody, and all of a sudden they blow up, and here you are still in the same place, and you did everything they did. You worked just as hard as them. You created the content. You are on YouTube, putting out content every day. You are on TikTok. You are on Instagram. You are on all the platforms creating content. But for some reason, theirs just blew up and yours is still at the same place. It's to say that you're not going to feel some type of way, to say that you're not going to get unmotivated, to say that you're not going to say, why didn't it happen to me, is a disservice. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel like, what am I doing wrong? Why is this person doing better? Look at this person. All they film is on their iPhone. I'm over here with a production and lights, and I'm still not doing well. Those are all thoughts, right? They come. It's okay. You have to then figure out what you're going to keep, whether you're going to keep going, whether you're going to allow the self-doubt and the lack of progress and the feelings of inadequacy because somebody else is doing better than you, whether you're going to allow it to make you stop, or or you're going to allow it just to fuel you to maybe go a little bit harder, or to say, maybe it's just not my time. And if I keep going, my time will come too. There will come a time where they're celebrating me, right? Motivation has to come in from internally. Hold on. Motivation has to come from internally, right? There are going to come times where people won't see your content. There are going to come times where you're on top of the world and everybody's seeing your content and you are the talk of the town and you're getting invited to all these things and, celebrities are following you and all these things that really make you feel great about the content that you're putting out. Your audience is seeing it. Your audience is buying. Then there's going to come times where it's a little bit quieter, where your friend is getting all the accolades, where somebody else is getting all the accolades, it's somebody else's time. You have to learn to be okay with the lack of applause the same way you were okay when people were applauding you. You have to be able, as a creator, as a business person, because as a creator, you are really just an entrepreneur. You are a business person, right? You are a business. So when Amazon comes to you and wants to work with you, it's B2B, it's business to business. There are times where businesses don't do so well. And then there are times where businesses, the profit margin is out of this world. You literally have to be able to lift yourself up. If you sit here and only look for the applause of other people, if you're only here for the applause of your friends, family, your community, the people that follow you, there's going to come a time where that applause is going to die down. Then what are you going to do? Are you going to quit? I want you to be in such a place, right? I want you to be in such a place that you are able to motivate yourself as a business, right? And we're talking about the business of content creation. I want you to be in such a place that you are able to lift yourself up, even when you don't feel like it, even when things aren't going well, even when the jobs aren't coming in, even when people don't care about your content, even when you're having to hide your likes because it's not doing what it's supposed to do. You have to be able to motivate yourself, right? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, validation and motivation are great, but you have to be able to validate yourself. And you have to understand, even if the validation doesn't come now, it'll come later. It will come later. It never has to come now. It's like raising kids. Your kids may never, ever, when they're young, really understand what you do for them. I remember when I was a kid, I used to say, oh, I don't, me and my mom didn't have the best relationship because my mom was a very tough Nigerian woman. We couldn't spend nights. We could not go to events. We could not go to games. We could not go to dances. We could not go to prom. Like, we just, like, our friends, we could not go spend nights at our friend's house. And I remember I used to think this lady was like the meanest lady on planet Earth. I did not realize what my mom was trying to protect me from. A lot of times when you are a business owner, when you have kids, when you have all these different things, you're never going to see the fruit of your labor until later on. That's the same thing with, hi, baby. That's the same thing with being a business owner, being a content creator, working at a job. Sometimes the accolades won't come till later. Sometimes the flowers won't come till later. Sometimes you could literally work for 10, 15, 20 years and never see any fruit. And then one day you wake up and one thing, just one thing, puts you further ahead of everybody else than you ever thought. So I want you to understand, like, you have to be able to lift yourself up. You have to be able to talk to yourself out of that place of wanting to quit, because things don't look the way you think they should look. Yes, sis, I know you've been working hard. I know you've been a good mother. I know you've been a good creator. I know you've been putting out great content. I know you've been working hard at that job. Keep going. Because when you keep going, there's a chance you're going to walk into the destiny that God has for you. You're going to walk into the purpose, and you're going to walk into that place where you don't have to work so hard. But if you stop, you'll never get there. That's the thing, right? Or if you quit, then you'll have to get back and start all over again. Just push past those feelings. Push past those feelings, please. I beg. Hi, Tanita. Hi, sis. How are you, boo? One of my childhood friends is on here. We grew up together in like the same church. I love her. So you gotta push past those feelings of inadequacy and just keep going. The minute you start feeling like you want to quit, and it happens to all of us, we all get to a place as business owners, as content creators, where we want to quit because the clients aren't coming in, the brands aren't coming in, the jobs aren't coming in. Baby, like I said this in the last live, get somebody you can talk to. For me, it's my husband and my sister. I'll call them and be like, I feel like I don't want to do this anymore. I feel like I'm working so hard and nothing is going good for me. I just call them and I'm crying my eyes out, and they're able to lift me up. My sister, same way. Anytime she's like, and she's a real estate agent. She's a broker now. She calls me and she's like, Fumi, none of these jobs are, like, the contracts are falling through. And I'm like, girl, let's pray. You know, I'm like, you're doing amazing. Please don't give up. You're a broker. Who would have ever thought, you would be where you are now? I call my husband. My husband's like, you're doing this for, for a purpose. People love your content. Every time I go somewhere, they're always like, oh, you're Fumi's wife. You're Fumi's husband. So, find people that will motivate you and encourage you when you feel like you can't go anymore, when you feel like you can't encourage yourself anymore. When you are in the place as a business owner, y'all, it's hard. And it's hard to see other people doing so good, and you feel like you are on a rat race, right? Have you ever seen the hamsters on the hamster wheel? They like literally are running, running, running and not going anywhere. Last week, I was just telling my husband, I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel. I'm running, 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 and I'm not getting anywhere in terms of like where I want to be in this content creation. Now, I'm doing well. I'm not complaining. But it's not where I want to be. It's not where I see myself. And then it's not where I see other people. And then I have to realize, Fumi, the trajectory of your life is not the same as the trajectory of their life. Sometimes we have to realize God may not give us some things because we're not in the place where we can handle it. One of my biggest prayers is like, God, don't ever give me something that I can't handle. Don't let me be an outward success and an inward failure. Don't ever let me get to the place where I gain everything but lose everything important, right? There's so many people that have sacrificed their family for business, have sacrificed their own internal happiness, their own health just to be successful. No, this isn't a goatee. Um, I'm correcting the dark spots or my hyperpigmentation, right? So I have hyperpigmentation around my mouth. So I correct it with a color corrector. And that is orange, since I'm a dark skinned girl, as you guys like to, the trolls are on here saying, you're a blackie, you're dark. Baby, I'm dark. It never gave light skin. It always gave dark in North to South. And as somebody that grew up like dealing with a lot of issues with their skin color, going to like a PWI, I went to a private school a lot, me and my sister, for a lot of our lives. I'm so happy with how I look. I'm so happy with my skin color. Like, now there are a lot of things I'll change. I'll get that lipo 360. Thank you very much. But when it comes to my skin, I worked really hard to love the darkness of my skin. Nobody can ever make me feel any type of way about it. But that's not a goatee. This is the discoloration to kind of even out my skin so that it's all one color. I even use it underneath my eyes to kind of get rid of the dark circles. So if you are a person of color and dark like me, orange is perfect for you. If you are not a person of color, if you're white, you can use yellow. They also have green. It depends on what your skin tone is. You can find one to match that will kind of even out and take away some of the dark spots. If you have acne scars on your cheeks, perfect. Just dab a little and dab it in. We're going to put eyelashes on. But yeah, you have to then, like as a business owner, just get to the place where you have tunnel vision. Do you think, I mean, think about that. People talk about Microsoft and Apple all the time, and how, you know, when Microsoft was at the top, Apple came out with a lot of their products first. And for a while, Apple Macintosh, before they, became Apple, Macintosh was on top of the world, right? And then Microsoft came along, and Microsoft like literally took over. Very, very, very good color corrector. The Pro Concealer, amazing. I've bought a Bobbi Brown color corrector before. I don't even use it. I use this little Dollar Tree hair store Pro Concealer. It's amazing. You can find it at Walmart. They also come in like a pack of 3, so you can get all 3 colors. You know, Apple was, for a while, Microsoft shoot with Word. Microsoft shot up, and Apple just kind of was failing for like years, right? Where they weren't making any money. They were going through, new management all the time. Mind you, if they had quit, they would not be the billion-dollar company that they are now. If they had said, well, Microsoft already has everything, why do we need to create things? Why we can just let them have it? Let's sell to them. If they had sold to them, they would not be who they are now. A lot of times you just have to wait. And this is a word for somebody. Solly, hey. Hey, mommy's doing a live. Go pack your lunch. Remember? Pack your lunch and get your shoes. If they had quit, we would not know them as a juggernaut that they are in the world of phone, computers, and everything that Apple does. Y'all, a lot of times it's not happening for you because it's just not the time. And you'll say, well, I've been waiting. Oh my God, I've been waiting. Everybody around me has gotten married. Everybody's business is blowing up. Everybody is doing so well. I want you to really get out of that mindset of thinking that way. Everybody may be doing well, but it may be everybody's time. It just might not be your time. Maybe you're not ready for that spouse right now. Maybe you're not ready for that elevation right now. Maybe you're not ready for all those followers right now. Maybe you're not ready to blow up because your mental health can't take it, because you don't even have the resources in place to sustain it, because your attitude is so bad. If a man comes or a woman comes, they won't be able to stay. You might get it, but you will not be able to sustain it. And there's nothing worse than God answering your prayers and you lose it because you weren't ready for it. Baby, I'm preaching louder than y'all are clapping. At the end of the day, I would rather not have it and get myself ready so that when it comes, it will come and stay. It will be a part of my life for a long time. I would rather be so ready that when God brings me that business, I'm able to literally sustain that business for years and years and years and years to come. When God brings me that spouse, I'm able to celebrate 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years happily with this person, and not sit here and say, well, I've been through the fire. I've been through the mud with this man. Not at all. Don't give me the fire and the mud. I want the penthouse and I want the rosé. So a lot of times we don't get it. We don't get it now because God knows that we are just not ready for it. And I would rather he give it to me when I'm ready. It's the same thing as when these, you think about these rich people, right? Giving their kids Maseratis, giving 16-year-olds BMWs, Maseratis. And in your mind, when you see them doing their sweet 16, opening these, okay, when you see them opening these gifts, in your mind, you think, yeah, that's not a good idea. That person is not able. That 16-year-old does not deserve a car. It's not even deserve. Does not need a car that goes from 0 to 200 in seconds. It is not a sustainable gift for this child. It is not a gift that I would get a child for their first car. You know, it's the same thing. A lot of times we're just not ready for a lot of things that we're praying for. So a prayer that you can say when you are praying for all these things is, God, prepare me for the blessings that's ahead. Oh, bye, babes. Bye, Lily. Have a good day at school. That's a prayer. That's your prayer. God, prepare me for the blessing that's ahead. Whatever you have for me, prepare me for it. Make sure that I am ready for what you have. Give me the grace to be able to sustain it. Give me the wisdom to be able to sustain it. Give me the power to be able to sustain what you have for me. And give me the patience to be able to endure until I'm ready. That's the prayer right there. Give me the patience to be able to endure until I'm ready. Because let me tell you, I remember when all my friends were getting married at 21. You know, I was the only friend that did not get married early. My sister got married at 21. My best friends got married at 21. My cousin Crystal, like everybody I knew got married at 21. Here I was, 21, 22. No, 21 is very young. I would not recommend it. It's very, very, very young. At 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I got married at 28 years old, which is still really, really, it's still young. Now I'm like 38. I'm like, oh, 28 was very young. I've been married for 10 years, right? I remember when I hit 23 and those like thoughts like, oh my God, you're getting so old. You're getting so old. All your friends have kids. Their kids are going to be so old. You're going to be an old mom with young kids. All your friends have kids. The kids can't even play with your kids because you don't have anybody. You don't have any prospects. You don't have any, like, I wasn't dating anybody. I didn't have any prospects. I was 23 years old, literally. And I remember sitting on my bed and just crying and saying, well, what am I, chopped liver? Is it giving ugly? Like, what's going on? When I got married at 28, I realized I did not and would not ever have been ready at 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. The first year of my marriage, I remember we had been married a month. We got married in November. December comes around. I spent all this money. This is such a funny story. I spent all this money buying my husband a gift. Now I'm a gift giver. My love language is gift giving. I love to give and I love to receive gifts. So I spent all these monies that I did not have buying my husband a gift. I bought him a PlayStation. This back then, PlayStations were very expensive. I bought him a PlayStation. I bought him a suit. I bought him a watch. I bought him like all these expensive things. I spent all my money. Now me, I'll start buying gifts in July. So I started buying his gifts in July. So by December, he had like 7 gifts for me. Little gifts all the way up to big gifts. So I give him his gift. Mind you, we've been married a month. We got married in November. Christmas is December. I'm like, okay, I'm done with his. I'm putting my hand out because I'm expecting monies. I'm expecting rings. I'm expecting diamonds. I'm expecting Louis Vuitton. I'm expecting all these things. Mind you, y'all, we are 28 years old. My husband is working as a DA, as a prosecutor. making 40, like literally 40,000 a year. I make less than him a year. He did not have that kind of money, and he was paying all the bills. I don't pay any bills. Like, I don't know bills. I don't know what that is. Never paid any bills ever since I met him. So he's paying all the bills. So he's allocated the money for rent, all this stuff, while me, the money that I'm making from my job is like money for me to like play, have fun, get my nails done, you know. So I can spend all that money on him because I just save my, you know, my money's just there for fun. Child, I'm waiting for his gifts. I'm like putting my hand out. I'm so excited. I'm thinking it's like a new bag. Honey, this man came out. Guess what he got me? I don't know what that is. I don't know what a bill is. Is that what they pass around in Congress? Schoolhouse Rock? Y'all, guess what this man got me? Comment, 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 comment. Guess what he got me? We are color yes, you can have seaweed. Yeah. You can have a seaweed chip. So, a card. Ooh. I would have rather had a card with money in it. Let me just tell you that. I would have rather he gave me a card with money in it. Then I could just spend the money as I wanted. That was not it. This man got me Bath and Body Works. No. A hug and a kiss. No. A car. Camille, no, I would not have been mad if it was a car. I needed a new car too. This man got me a Bible cover. So, you know, the cover that you put your Bible inside of. That's what he got me, right? So that he got me a book, an autobiography of Jennifer Lopez, because I used to love J-Lo. Like, I was obsessed with J-Lo. And then he got me some costume jewelry. Altogether, I think it cost like $40. Altogether, $40. So a Bible cover, which I didn't want that. I don't need a Bible cover. I would have bought one if I wanted it. They are $10, sometimes $5. Autobiography of J-Lo, which to this day I never read. I never read it. And costume jewelry from Kohl's. A earring and necklace set. You know how they would sell the set with the earring and necklace for your quinceañera? Yeah, that's what he got me. Baby, I cried. I cried and cried and cried and cried. Mind you, the issue was I was used to my dad who really did everything. Like my dad, my family, Christmas was such a big deal in our house. Everybody got a gift. Even now, we're like one of the few families that on Christmas, you buy everybody a gift. So my Christmas budget is thousands of dollars because I buy my mom, my sister, my brother, his wife, their 2 kids, my other brother, his wife, his kid, my husband, my kids, my mom, my sister, everybody buys everybody a gift. So you show up with like 50 gifts. Most families don't do that. We do that. Even now at our big ages, we still want gifts from our parents. So Christmas, being married to this man, I'm thinking, oh, he knows the drill. He's going to get me how my dad gets me gifts. You know, my dad gives my mom money. My mom buys gifts, right? I'm thinking, okay, this is about to be my come up. He's about to give me everything my dad got me. And he didn't. And I remember, instead of being an adult, again, that's why I said I was not ready to get married at 21, 22, 20. I was very spoiled. And I thought a 28-year-old was going to do and treat me the same and be able to give me the same as a 50-year-old man. My dad will be 60 next year. He's 59 now. So I was not in the place. If I had gotten married younger, I would not have been able to sustain that marriage. That man probably would have left me because I just was not in a place where I could think as an adult. I was still thinking this person is here to be like a surrogate dad and do everything my dad did. And I remember that after the gift, I didn't say anything to him. I also wasn't a good communicator. So instead of saying, hey, I was just expecting a little bit more, I just don't really like the things that you got me, what an adult would say, because if you don't like something, tell your spouse. Don't sit up there and pretend that you like it. Tell them, but tell them in a nice way. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I just stopped talking to him. Did y'all hear me? I stopped talking to him. So for the whole month of December, all the way to January, we would go through this house and just walk around each other. Yes, I'm doing makeup. We would go around the house. Now, mind you, my husband he's also 28. But let me just tell you something. This man is an A-type personality, which means he doesn't deal well with emotions. He's an attorney. He's very much so matter of fact. I am an empath 1,000%. He had no idea because I just didn't tell him. I just stopped talking. So for him, he'll ask me what's wrong. He asked me what's wrong a couple of times. And then I said nothing. And he just stopped asking because in his mind, he's done his due diligence because that's his personality. When you are dating somebody, married somebody, you have to understand what their personality is. He is a A-type, right? He just stopped asking and he just kind of let me be till I figured it out. So we're going around the house. I'm still cooking, clean. I'm doing all that stuff, going to work. We're both going to work. But we would sit down, eat, and I would not talk. He'd ask me how my day was, and I'm like, fine. And then he would just stop talking because he does well. He's also an introvert, so he does well with silence. He loves it when things are like very quiet, very calm. We just stopped talking for the whole month. And I remember after like 2 weeks, I packed my bags while he was at work and I went to my mom's house. And I said, Mom, I don't think this marriage is going to work. I am moving back in with you and Dad. And my mom was like, what happened? What did he do? My mom is thinking like, what did he do? What happened? Like, what's going on? I said, well, for Christmas, and I proceed to tell her all the stuff that I bought for him for Christmas. I said, I did this and I bought this and I bought this. And he only got me. And my mom looked at me. She was like, you dey mad. You dey craze. She said, grab your stuff and get out of my house. This is why I don't tell my mom stuff now, because she is not empathetic. She's not empathetic at all. She said, grab your stuff and get out of my house. And if you're Nigerian, you know the abuses she hurled on my head. You're useless. When I was your age. And, my mom, my mom was not married to my bio dad. He's Yoruba. He was abusive, so she went through a lot. So she's like, this man is a good man. He's paying all the bills. You're using your play money. You use your play money to buy gifts, and you expect him to use the household money to buy you all these things, and he's paying all the bills. She said, the bill is your light. The gift was your light bill. The gift was this. The gift. She said, pack your box and let me pray for this devil to jump off your back. So yeah, she said, we'll pray and then you're going back home. And then you're going to talk to him and tell him why you have been acting the way that you're acting. And then you're going to apologize. And y'all are going to sit down and learn how to communicate. And she said, you need to call your marriage counselor and y'all need to set up a session because this is a communication. My mom is like one of the wisest people ever. She said, this is a communication issue. You're not telling him how you're feeling. He is not really emotive. So, and you're running around each other quiet and you think you can run away while he's at work and come live with me? Come back and live with me? Nah. So she prayed with me and she sent me back home. And I think she called my husband too. Behind me on my back. Mind you, if you're married to an African mom, they're always gonna like the husband more than they like you. And I don't even want to get into the issue with patriarchy when it comes to Nigerian mothers. Because it's a very patriarchal society. They're always gonna like their son-in-laws better, especially if their son-in-law is an attorney. I stood no chance with Kimmy. Um, yeah, now she'll slap you in a minute. Good, I'm glad. They always take the son-in-law's side, even if the son-in-law is wrong. Now, mind you, my mom's not gonna do that, but it's gonna be hard for her to believe me. She's gonna have to see evidence that this is not a good man. This is not her son. You cannot be talking about her son. Um, but it's the same way. It's the same way they treat their actual sons, right? Their sons don't do anything. Some of their sons are useless. Don't even get me started on that. Some of their sons are useless, and they'll still praise them before they praise their daughters. And their daughters are PhD students, their daughters are this, their daughters are that, and they'll still find a way to give their son praise. It's a very sick mindset. But that's what happens in a patriarchal, when you're raised in a patriarchal society, you perpetuate that, right? When you're a woman and your brothers were more, you know, doted on and could do anything, when you grow up and have your own kids and you have a boy and a girl, you tend to do that and give more to your son than you do your daughters. This is the Bobby Brown. I actually linked this as well. So that's why we have to be careful as a new generation of mothers, especially immigrant mothers. Please, 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 please be careful how you treat your boys versus your girls. Same thing in Black American mothers. I heard the same in that community as well. Be careful how you treat your sons versus your daughters. The chores are for everybody. It's not just the girls washing dishes, cleaning. That is a life skill. It's not just the girls cooking. Cooking is a life skill. Cooking is genderless. Cleaning is genderless. That is a life skill. Then you raise these useless boys that don't do anything. You raise these useless sons that don't know a pot from a pan. There's nothing wrong with patriarchy, but when patriarchy benefits one person, which is what patriarchy is, so I guess there is something wrong with it. When patriarchy only benefits one group of people, that's when it becomes an issue. And a lot of these moms, Solomon, don't play with your brother's piano. That's not a toy. Mommy spent a lot of money on that. Nope, don't do that. When the patriarchy is detrimental to your children, to only one specific group of kids, you have to reevaluate how you're doing it. I'm teaching my son to clean. My sons come in the kitchen with me. Now they're not cooking, they're too young, but they come in the kitchen. They'll sit in the kitchen while I clean. Why is it only the daughters and the sons are outside playing? But that's another subject, child. Don't get me started because the way I'll preach, because I grew up seeing that. Right? Me and my sister doing pretty much everything. But you know, that's an unlearning that you have to do now as a mom. That's something I will not allow. I don't have any girls, but I already know I'm going to raise my boys to be an asset to whoever they marry. Whatever woman they marry, they will be an asset to that person. They will not sit there and be like, well, I don't know how to wash clothes. I don't know how to do this. I don't, at your big age. At your big age. It's not cute. It's not cute. And then I am looking for my powder, but I think there we go. Let's put powder on. But yeah, raise well-rounded boys, please. But yeah, so where was I? So when I got home, because my mom told me I could not stay at our house, I had to go back and deal with my issues with my husband, which was really an issue with me. I ended up he ended up coming home, and I had already cooked dinner, and we sat down, and he said, he said, I know something's going on. You're not telling me what's going on. Can you can you let me know why you've been so quiet? And that's why I think my mom called him, because on his own he wouldn't have asked that. Just not his now he's more like that because we've been married for so long now. But back then he just was very much so matter of fact. So I was like, yeah, I just was, thinking that, you were going to do a little bit more because it's our first Christmas together. We've been married a month. I just thought it would have been more. And he was like, Fumi, here are all the bills that I'm paying. I, and y'all, my husband will literally sit there and he'll have a notebook with every bill and what day it gets paid. He does not like automated. Thank you, T. You're doing so well. He does not have like automated payments because he likes to like do it himself. So he's like, I want to sit down and just go over everything that we pay in this house so you can kind of know where the money goes. I said, no, that's okay. He was like, no, 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 we're going to do it. And he went over and he was like, so at the end of the month, I'm making 40,000. By December, he was like, by the end of the month, and it's the end of the month, he said, this is all I have left, you know, and if we want to keep money in savings and make sure I couldn't just sit there and buy you everything that you wanted. He was like, there's going to come a day where I can get you everything that you want. But for right now, this is what we can afford without going into our savings for Christmas. And I was like, okay, I get it. You know, now, if I had asked him this earlier, he would have told me this earlier, and this would have saved us a month of crying, a month of like for that month. I did not think we were gonna make it, and it was very superficial of me, mind you. It wasn't that big of a deal. It's gifts, but back then I didn't see it that way. I didn't see it that way. You guys, you don't have to respond to the trolls. Yeah. You see, I don't respond to them unless it's really funny. Some of them are actually really funny. Like some people, some of the trolls are really funny, and I love, love, love the funny ones. I'm not. Here's the thing about being a grown woman and knowing yourself and knowing your worth and knowing like you got a man you peep up on a handstand for every night. Nobody bothers me. I'm not here looking for a husband. I'm not here looking for somebody to come pick me up. So a lot of these people are in their mother's basement because for you to be on a live at 8:32 in the morning as a grown man talking about a woman's looks, you're broke. You have no job and you have no prospects. And that is sad in of itself. So when you get into content creation, there's a lot of people that is not going to like you. There's a lot of times people are going to come on and say very rude things to you. But you got to understand the people that say rude things are literally the bottom of the barrel, like inbred. Mother is their sister as well, people. And their life is so miserable that they can get on a chat at 8:32 when other people are making millions of dollars. Like my husband has been at work for hours now. He woke up, took my son to school. He's been at work for hours, y'all. He would never jump on this live. Even if I was like, babe, I'm on a live. He's like, okay, well, it's 8:32. I have court. I have depositions I have to do because that's a actual real man. They don't have time to be on the internet trolling at 8:32. And a lot of these women that get on here trolling other women, pick me's, miserable, couldn't find a date if a date was paying them, if they were paying a date. So I want you not to put too much emphasis on them. Don't read their comments. Don't comment back to them. Don't do any of that stuff. Real men don't have time to be in women's businesses. It's so funny because sometimes I'll talk to my husband about things that's happening on TikTok. He's like, I don't know. Like I have to like explain to him all the way because he would have never heard about it. Because also my husband doesn't have TikTok. He doesn't have a TikTok account. I could not imagine a grown man with a TikTok account just scrolling on TikTok. And you could be making millions of dollars. You could be out here a millionaire, but you're on TikTok trolling. You're on YouTube trolling. To get on YouTube and troll as a grown man, my thoughts and prayers to your family. My thoughts and prayers to the mother that birthed you, thinking you were going to be something in this world. She deserves our sincerest prayers, and we are praying for her because she did not deserve a child like you. God forbid my kid ever gets on the internet doing this. God, the way I will pounce, on his back, it will be tantalizing. It's so funny because there was this guy that used to troll on Twitter, like all the time. He used to troll black women on Twitter. His mom found out, his mom and his sister, and they're both black women. They were like, we don't know this man. We did not raise him this way. They created a Twitter account just to let people know that this was not their child. Like, that's not my son. I don't know who this is, but this is somebody else. I did not raise him to think this way. I did not raise him to say things like this about his own demographic. He has a black mom, black sister, all these things. Thank you for subscribing. You guys, if you're new, you're joining, definitely subscribe. We talk about all things fashion, beauty, travel, entrepreneurship. Ooh. 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 Yeah, so if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, look at me, I'm doing my thing. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please think about hitting the subscribe button and then hit the like button. We do lives once a week here, depending. I try to do it on Saturdays, but since I'm doing Vlogtober, Tuesdays are my live days because Tuesdays I do work. I do content work, so it's great to do makeup with y'all. Somebody said the patriarchy was okay for 200 years. It was not. Women weren't able to vote. Women weren't able to own land. If your father if your father died and you weren't married, your land went to a male in the family that you actually never even knew. Please tell me how it was good for women. Also, are you a woman? Also, go grab a history book. Men were allowed to run around free, throwing peen here, there, everywhere, throwing it in a circle. And let a woman mess up one time. She was no good. Throw her in the trash. Men were allowed to literally pound their wives. And if the wives called the police would send them back home and tell them to obey their husbands. Please tell me how patriarchy was great. Yeah. As a woman and as somebody who loves history, take time. Take time and search history and see how women were treated back in the day. Okay? It's not cute. Nobody wants to go back there. Nobody. Especially not a black woman. Because we were treated and still treated worse and worse. But God is still good. God is still good. In his infinite wisdom, he's protecting and still protecting us. And we still live underneath a patriarchy. It's just a little bit better because women have fought for more rights than before. But men went to wars, not women. And they need to keep going. Because some of y'all, all the ones with podcasts, every single man with a podcast mic, sign them up. Sign them up. Men went to wars. They changed tires. They built houses. They don't do any of that stuff anymore. They grab mics and get on TikTok, get on YouTube, and talk trash out of their mouths. Baby, Somebody said send Oscar. Oscar, baby, you're getting inscribed. It's by force. You're going. Because if we had to vote for who would go, you would be voted out. You are the weakest link. Yes, I believe I have been blessed by the patriarchy. Good for you, Camille. Great for you. I'm so glad you are one of 10 women that feel like the patriarchy has blessed them. I'm so happy for you. I feel like the patriarchy, like anything, is good and has its good and has its bad. If you don't acknowledge the bad, then you are a problem and you are part of that patriarchy. You are inscribed into pick-me culture. Everything has its good and its bad. And if you can't acknowledge that, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Can you rate Sheesh. I've never heard anybody say, I love any woman, I love the patriarchy. Take us back to the old days where women couldn't own land. Women couldn't vote. Women couldn't speak. Women couldn't even work outside the home, barefoot and pregnant. I've like literally never heard a woman say that. So that's very odd. But again, it is what it is. I mean, think about that. I don't get it. But maybe you're saying parts of patriarchy you like, and I definitely understand that. But for you to say patriarchy as a whole you liked is a little odd. As a woman, it's odd. But then I don't think a lot of people know enough history to understand what women went through before we were able to get as many liberations as we have now, which we still need more liberations. Women are still underpaid. You could be overqualified and still get paid less than your male counterparts. Even in content creation, content creation is women based heavily. And I think that's why people don't take it so seriously. It's like most of the content creators, like percentage wise, is women. But let a man start a page and they will still be able to make more than a woman who's been doing it for years and years and years. I know my male, like whenever I get a job and they want my husband to be a part of it, I'm able to charge more because he's in it, which is very sad. So even now, even in this woman-led business, we're still having to fight for any semblance of, just treat us equal. Just treat us equal. And people say, oh, because it's too many women, it's oversaturated, they want men, that's why they're willing to pay the men more. Well, how is that working with every other business? Every other business where women get paid more, where women are not at the top, right? Where if you look at the structure of the CEOs and COOs and all that, one woman to 100 men. When it comes to higher up, now they have women on the lower levels, but the more you go up, the women thin out. And you'll have maybe one lonely woman at the top, and she had to fight. She had to be overly qualified to even be seen. So yeah. And the minute you start talking about women's rights or women just getting what they do, we're not saying we want more. We just want the same. Here they come out the woodworks. They're in the comments now. Men, angry men in the middle of the day. Your mates are building houses. Your mates are making millions. And you're here at 8 a.m. trolling. And that's a man for you. Not all men, because I got a good man. Don't do that. And y'all have good men. You have good fathers, hopefully, I pray, and good men in your life. But for the most part, these men, they want to sit home. They want you to bring them your earnings. They want you to bring them flowers. They want you to pick them up for a date. God forbid. But again, I have a really good man, so I'm not saying all men. I'm not saying all men. I'm not saying all men, because there are really, really, really amazing, kind, strong, handsome, tall, short men out there that are just doing the Lord's work and redeeming their mankind. But you gotta search high and low for them, honey. You gotta fight. You gotta fight to see them. And I pray we all find them. I pray we all see them. I pray we all find good men that, like, just love taking care of their family, are there, they're present, they work. Thank you, baby. Okay. Again, you'll never see me on here bashing all men. Just like now, you'll never see me on here praising all women. Not all women are made the same. Not all men are made the same. We have to be able to acknowledge that in our society, we have some men that are not good for nothing. In our society, we have some women that are not good for nothing. In our society, we have some amazing, great men that are doing great things, that are just like on top of it. And we have some women that aren't good for nothing. We have men that aren't good for that's just life. And Camille, I love that for you. I mean, I'm very happy for you. I'm a big proponent of let people live their lives. And if they like it, I love it. I think I want to do a dark plum. I'm never one to like judge anybody on what they feel like works best for their life. Sorry, Dodo. You know what? Let me do the first video with this lipstick, and then I'll do a dark plum for the second one. So I always like to start out with light lipstick and then build, so it don't look like I shot all the videos in one day. But usually, y'all, my YouTube videos, I shoot like 6 in one day, in one sitting. Good for nothing meaning worthless. I mean, good for nothing in the sense of when you bring them into your life, they're good for nothing. You've never met people like that? Okay. I had a best friend. She was married to one of these men. Good for nothing for her in her life. I'm sure they're good for something outside of that. What he was good for was cheating. What he was good for was speaking ill to her. What he was good for was, and I could keep going. Okay? So yeah, maybe you've never encountered people like that, and I thank God you haven't. But there are people actually out there that come into your life to destroy your life. They're good for nothing in your life. Y'all are like actually a little wild in these comments, because you're acting a little dense. Like you've never met people that just come into your life to destroy your life, and they're literally good for nothing. There you go. Cece, exactly. Cece said, I'm enjoying the benefits of a beautiful life provided by my husband. That does not mean that the patriarchy has not been so harmful to women over the world since the beginning of time. You can acknowledge your privilege in participating in patriarchy with a great man that does, and still understand that it has not always been the best for women. And still to this day, there are people who suffer underneath patriarchy. Those two things can be true at the same time. Those statements can be true at the same time. Say it with me. They can be true at the same time. You can understand that some men out there are literally not the best. They're out here. No, there's a lot of pick me's in this chat. Men are out there doing podcasts, putting down black women, putting down women, talking about women are good for nothing. You can say some men are good for nothing because the minute they come into your life, they are good for nothing and they drain you. They're there to steal your joy, your resources, your happiness, while still knowing that there are great men out there. Same thing with women. Some women are just there just to ruin your life. Some women are there to better you. Those two statements can be true at the same time. Wow. So cool. Okay. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed this. Next time we will stay away from patriarchy because it's bothering a lot of women and a lot of men who are here in the middle of the day. I don't think I've had so many troll comments on YouTube in a while. If you are not following me, please think about hitting that subscribe button. We don't talk about this on the page. We literally just are having fun, beauty, fashion, and luxury. And if you are, we did skincare. So if you want to go back to the beginning, you can see the skincare, and I kind of talk about how to layer your skincare and the skincare products that I love. I've linked all of them down below. So am I a modern day feminist? Not at all. Not at all. But again, I can be a champion of women and not agree 100% with feminist ideology. Right? Those two things can be true at the same time. So do I line by line check feminist the guidelines? No. I may not do that. But do I agree that women deserve better? Women deserve equal pay. Women deserve equal voice. Women 1,000%. And that's a hill I will always stand on. Because I'm not dying. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. I love y'all. Oh, I love you, Kay. You guys have a great rest of your day. We will see you soon. I'll have a video up tomorrow because we're doing Vlogmas, 4 videos a day, 4 videos a week, 1 live a week. And I have been consistent for the first week. So we'll see how this week goes. Bye.